Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream here on the channel for the Black Hood Crew. I am your host, BHCxDark. His name is there in the corner. And as always, you can follow along on YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood Crew, and follow along at my name directly on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Provo, TikTok, Instagram. It is Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, and I'm on my way to work. It is a much better day, weather-wise. Not as cold as it was, hence no jacket. The sky is actually clear. The sun is out. The temperature is higher today. We're looking at 67. Gonna push a little bit closer to 70 before it dips down again for the night. So we'll see how it continues for the rest of the week. It was I will tell you, yesterday started fairly nice in terms of patient load, responsibilities, yada, yada, yada. It started out nice. Emphasize that it started out nice. And then as the evening wore on, more and more people showed up, again with BS. And that's when I knew that people are, this is a generalization, not to point out any particular group of people, any particular anything, but it just shows that people in general are absolutely terrible, disgusting human beings. There are some absolutely terrible people out there. We had a young man come in, not that much older than 20, come in complaining of asthma symptoms. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I go to the waiting room to put on his wristband, and not only is he on the phone, but he had gotten himself something from the vending machine and was in the middle of eating it. He was eating while talking on the phone, but was complaining about it. I wanted to smack him right in his damn mouth. Right then and there. And actually give him a reason to be in emergency. Look, I understand you don't want to go to work this last week of the year. I completely understand it. But don't come into an emergency room wasting my goddamn time to pull some mess like that. And then the kicker is I go to finish his registration, which thankfully all he required was a simple signature. So I go to collect that signature, and the first question out of his mouth is, who do I talk to about a work note? I should have been allowed to hit him. I should have been allowed to punch him right in the face. Just lay him out right on the bed. Just one. Just one. I don't need more than that. I don't need more than one. Just once is enough. That person deserves to get punched right in the fucking face. To have the audacity to essentially fake what is otherwise an actual life-threatening condition, if not managed properly. To fake a life-threatening condition just to get out of work. And who knows, maybe he does actually suffer from asthma. But yesterday, it was clearly under control. He had no business being in the emergency room, and the nurses and doctors knew it because he was discharged not even 20 minutes after he arrived. So they know he was there for crap. I knew he was there for crap. We should have been allowed to hit him. Or at the very least, deny him entrance into the ER after the initial triage. Like, there should be a penalty for coming into the ER and wasting our time. There should be a financial penalty. Come on. Lady crossing on a bike, looking in the flipping eyes as she saw I had the green light. And proceeds to cross in front of me and then look at me like I'm crazy. Like, whoa! People. Anyway, there really should be a financial, or at the very least, at the most, or anything else, at the most, a financial or legal penalty for coming into an emergency room and wasting our time. Like, perfect example, this guy from yesterday. If it is determined at the point of triage, and that's where the nurses get basic information, check vitals, check to see if your condition is as it is. If at the point of triage it is determined that what you are there for, what you say you're there for, is determined to not be the case, they should be allowed to look you dead in the eye and go, you will not be treated today, you will be sent home, and a fee from the hospital will be sent to your home address. Now here's the other side of that. If you come in and your condition, your complaint, can be rectified. And by rectified, I mean treated, managed, however you want to put it, with off-the-shelf medication, not over-the-counter, because over-the-counter requires a prescription. But if off-the-shelf medication can treat you for what you're coming into the emergency room for, you should have the same fees and penalties levied against you for, again, wasting our time. Because not for nothing, if you can come to an emergency room and something like, I don't know, Tylenol, Motrin, Robitussin, Claritin, like any kind of medication that, if it can be found in a pharmacy and you're coming into the emergency room and that's the only medication that's going to be given to you, then there should be that penalty. There should be a financial, legal penalty placed upon you for wasting our time in emergency. Because again, that's taking away from someone that might actually require medical service. Hell, it is called an emergency room. So, I'm just saying, if you don't legitimately have a life-threatening emergency or life-threatening condition that is currently causing you grief, then they should slap a fine on you. $200 due at the time, at that moment, for wasting our time. And it should not be paid by insurance. flat out, flat out. And if you cannot cough up to $200, then you'll spend the night in jail and have a record for wasting people's time. You will be immediately slapped in handcuffs and taken away and put behind bars for 24 hours. After which you will be released, but it will remain on your record. Now, if it is determined at a later time that, say, what you came into the emergency room for at the time was not a life-threatening condition or life-threatening event, but later on determined through other testing means that, yeah, you do have this particular condition, then, yeah, you can petition to not only be reinstated, to have your record expunged of that particular event, or have the money you paid returned to you. But again, that initial penalty needs to be, because that would deter a lot of people. By a lot of people, I mean a lot of people from coming into the emergency room. Could you imagine if that was the thing? If it is determined that you do not have a life-threatening event or a life-threatening condition at the time of presenting yourself to the emergency room, and you are immediately sent home, that the hospital can either force you to pay $200 fee, or you will spend the night in jail. That would deter a lot of people. That would keep people out of an emergency room, and it would do one of two things. It would actually do a couple things, actually. One, that's the biggest one, is deter people from coming in. Two, for those that do come in to waste their time and decide to just pay the $200 fine, that $200 fine goes to the hospital directly. Not through insurance, like immediate cash in the bank for the hospital. And if the person spends the night in jail, well, guess what? You now have a criminal record. Simple as that. Because again, it's getting to the point where now people are coming in, and by every measure, they're wasting our time. Needlessly wasting our time. I mean, why? There's nothing to gain from it. Nothing at all. Anyway, moving on. It is, like I said before, the last week of the year. New Year's Eve is Saturday. And we are just a couple days away. So, if you have anything planned, party-wise, for the new year, I hope you enjoy it. I'm in the process of trying to figure something out. The most likely thing to occur is I will be staying home, probably be up playing video games till midnight, maybe a little bit after. You know, just be up to, get those Happy New Year phone calls, or make Happy New Year phone calls. And yeah, other than that, somebody's screaming. Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, but other than that, not a whole lot of celebrating going to be going on. You know what I mean? Just, not really feeling it this year. And I'll be saying that because I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway, not with people shooting off fireworks that most people will be doing. Okay. So yeah, no sleeping that night early. Just be up and yeah, just try to get through the night. That's pretty much it. Always do my best to keep my thoughts calm, staying as people, pets in general, are terrified of fireworks. So yeah, I'll be making every attempt to keep my thoughts calm, collected, so that she doesn't freak out, or at least have a safe space where she can't freak out. Or freak out. You know what I mean? Um, Yo, what's going on, man? Ranking 85 joining down below. Uh, Christmas was fine. I spent it with my mother. Got a GoPro Hero 11 Creator Edition. Open box at Best Buy. So I didn't buy brand new because that would have been too much. But yeah, got a GoPro Hero 11 Creator Edition. You can Google that right now or search it up on BestBuy.com. You can see what it is, what it comes from. But I already tested it out. I took a short video of my son walking his dog when I was there last week. You know, a couple minutes, little video. It does not shoot at anything less than 4K. But I shot it at 60 frames a second. So at 60 frames a second, the lowest resolution is 5.3K. So we're looking at beyond 4K video at 60 frames a second. It was so clear, so ridiculously high quality, and the camera's only 6K. Actually smaller than that, actually. The Creator Edition does come with a handle that you attach the camera to, where you can not only start and stop recording, take still images, switch to different modes, but the biggest thing is the fact that it is an extended battery for the camera. So you get your standard battery, full charge, GoPro. The handle provides 3 more full charges. So I can essentially shoot video all day from a single handheld device in ridiculous quality. So I hope you had a good Christmas as well. I hope it was a festive time for you. And that you, of course, got everything you asked for. I did want to mention that I did buy Sonic Frontier. I haven't. I haven't started it yet, but I haven't. So I will be playing that soon. I mentioned it yesterday on the stream here, but yeah, I do have Sonic Frontier on Steam, installed, ready to go. Let's see, you said, nice man. my PlayStation on Christmas. This is the PlayStation 5. Um, Played a Tales Plague Requiem. Awesome game, man. Have I tried it? No, I have not, but I have been turned onto it. It's actually on my list of things to pick up. Why does this person have the right turning light on? I can only go left here. Anyway. But yeah, that's one of a couple games that I've been turned on to, like these indie titles. There's some high quality indie titles out there, man. Like scary high quality. Unfortunately, because they are indie titles, they're not like super long games. Yes, I finally got Sonic Frontier. I like it. Yes, I'm sure I will. I enjoy indie titles just as much as the next person. But a clear difference between a AAA title, like your big name GTA, God of War, Elden Ring, like you're talking about like these major games, the biggest difference between them is the length of the game. Like how long you'll actually spend playing it before you finish it. A perfect example is the game Stray. Stray's been out for almost a year now. And it's a great high quality game, very passive, very slow playing game, and again, indie title. But even if you don't rush, even if it's your first time, it can be beaten in 4 hours. That's if you know absolutely nothing. The game can be beaten much quicker if you already know what you're doing beforehand. But yeah, great game, super high quality, but pretty short. And that's the same with a lot of indie games. You got great quality coming out of it, whether it's great storytelling, visuals, voice acting, what have you. But they're short, you know? Let's see, Ranking states, as far as Tales Plague Requiem, the only issue you'll have with the game is you're limited to resources. If you overuse an item, you can't proceed the game. Fun. So that's kind of like anything like the inventory system of, say, Breath of the Wild, where you overuse an item, it breaks, and if you don't have ready access to another one, you're pretty much screwed. Because that was people's number one takeaway from Breath of the Wild was the limited inventory of the game, and not by item slots, but by the fact that you can actually use your weapon. If it's anything like that, well, it is what it is. If you're talking about like other types of items, I definitely like to take a look. And like I said, it's one of many games that I have on my list to try out. As I go forward. But yeah, glad you're enjoying your PlayStation 5. I know someone that has one, and of course they're enjoying theirs as well. Happy you're able to snag one. Always good to try out something new, yeah? Pack this in here. Very nice. Very nice. Nice and slow. Let's not bang into stopper. There we go. All right. Let's get ready. Over. Work glass. Work shades, if you would. You know what? I'm actually thinking here. Temperature's actually not too bad. Okay, so he says, yeah, you'll either have to kill yourself or restart the game. You have to mix some sulfur and alcohol to start a fire. But if you run out, you can't light up lanterns, which helps you proceed. And you have so much to go. Okay, so yeah, so it's a very limited item use. And if you run out, you're done. That was actually a game I played. This was years ago, where you had to fight a security guard, right? And you have to fight the same security guard twice. The first time you fight them, you make a couple choices, and you beat them, right? Then you proceed. The second time you fight them, they're better armed. Now, here's the kicker. If you did not search their body the first time you beat them and acquire their weapon at the time, going into the second fight, you will not have a weapon and you will lose the fight 100% of the time, making it impossible to proceed. And if you save your game after the first fight but before the second one, you've essentially locked yourself out of being able to continue the game. Yeah. Learn that one the hard way. And I'm surprised there's even that option in that game and others out there where you can essentially lock yourself out of progression in the game because you didn't do one thing or a couple things. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. But I'll definitely give Tales Plague Requiem a shot. But yeah, so time for me to get into work. I'm going to end the stream here. Oh, I forgot what it was called. Long time ago. But we're going to go ahead and cut out the stream here. We'll be back again tomorrow night for Apex Legends here on the channel for the Black Hood crew. That's at 9 p.m. So you can follow along YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood crew. My name directly on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo, TikTok, Instagram. Until tomorrow night, stay, be smart, and be excellent to each other.